But Nick DM'd this topic to Dom just to make conversation, and we were like, holy shit, that's really good. We should get him on the podcast, talk about it. So this is mainstream artists and their transition to producing film soundtracks. So real quick, just to take a look at some examples of mainstream artists making music from various films and TV shows. We have Kendrick Lamar for Black Panther, Pharrell Williams for Despicable Me, Donald Glover for The Lion King, Migos for The Addams Family, Travis Scott and Tenet, The Weeknd for Game of Thrones, and Billie Eilish for No Time to Die. So the question is this a new generation or revolution in film scores? Boys, what do we think?
I would have to say that it's a new generation. You know, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I had, you know, obviously I had you guys in mind when I DM'd the question. And I've personally been seeing like a lot of, you know, a lot of mainstream rappers and a lot of mainstream musicians and you know, and it doesn't even just, it's not even just on that list. You know, you can go on and you can say Ed Sheeran even. Ed Sheeran's wrote most of all of the Hollywood songs, basically. That's true. You know, I believe that everything needs a change at some point. Whether that's mainstream media, whether that's mainstream music. And a lot of the ways that it happens nowadays is through like collaborations and stuff like that. So you see a lot of rappers that are now trying to take that transition into filmmaking. Maybe not filmmaking per se, but in a small way, in a small part of it.
Sure.
And it's not even just limited to just soundtracks even. I mean, you can see all these athletes nowadays, you know? I mean, Gronk, when he, for example, Rob Gronkowski for the New England Patriots, now in Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last season, he had retired and was looking to do more things in film and go on TV and be a huge TV personality. I mean, we've seen guys that have failed out of the NFL like Tim Tebow and made a whole career out of it. Yeah. You know? So like going back to like the point of what the original topic was about, which was mainstream artists touching and, you know, maybe not touching is the right word for it. What's the right word for it? You know, touching is good.
He likes touching.
Is good. He likes touching. Touch it once. Touch it once.
One baby touch.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's not a new thing for mainstream artists to be diving into film scores and soundtracks. What I will say is that the more hip-hop and rap-based artists, that's more new. And yeah, I would probably say it's more of a new generation as opposed to revolution. Because like I've said, it's not new. Like we date back all the way to the Tarzan movie from Disney, the animated movie. Phil Collins did that whole soundtrack. And then a few years ago, there was a movie with Tom Cruise, Oblivion, and M83 did that soundtrack and the film score. So like, it's not a new thing for artists to be diving into film scores. But I do agree that it is a new generation.
Yeah, like I said before too, with James Bond, you can go back, I'm pretty sure, to like either the first or second James Bond, 1960s, 70s. Like it was already happening then. Right. You know, and I wonder if it was like a big commercial leap, like a leap of faith type of thing to like draw more attention, get more ticket sales. That's my opinion on it. That's probably how it originated.
Well, you have to look at James Bond, right, and the style of the film. James Bond is a classy, kind of dry, you know, spy kind of guy. So the music that they're going for, or the sound, kind of fit the tone in the 60s and what music they were making in that time. And that's kind of carried on through history. They've kind of always had that dry, classic sound. I'd say probably the one artist that kind of deviated it from a little bit might have been Adele in Skyfall. Or actually, no, I lied. Sam Smith for, what was it, Spectre? I think he did Spectre.
Yeah, he did Spectre.
I think he was the only one that really deviated from that classic 60s, that like, you know, that dramatic, you know, over the top, that sound. But yeah, no, I would, yeah, like you said, it dates all the way back.
Yeah.
I mean, to go off your point of having like a new tone and stuff like that, you know, the tone nowadays, like, you know, I relate a lot of filmmaking to mainstream music because filmmaking is like, you know, mainly like your guys' thing. You know, I love mainstream music, honestly. And the one problem that I have with it is the fact that the tone is the same a lot of times, you know? And that's not even just saying the tone for like the music. The lyrics are often the same. The whole vibe about it is the same.
It's a processed, regurgitated sound.
Right,
and I don't like it.
It's more talked about as like almost like a whole situation as opposed to just one little beat.
right.
that's being made. Now let me ask you guys a question.
Oh, okay.
Do you think this is a good or a bad thing?
For what? Like keeping
For
the
filmmaking?
I think so. I mean, again, all right, so you can...
Because think about, just for a second, just think about mainstream music.
Sure.
Everybody complains about mainstream music and how the tone is the same.
Right. I think with Billie Eilish in No Time to Die, like it was... She has a very distinct sound, as everybody can kind of, you know, make that obvious about. And it was interesting, too. I mean, I think it fits with the James Bond style. You're obviously going to go with somebody that has been... you know, kind of the talk of the music industry within the last 2 years or so.
2-3 years. Yeah.
I think it was a smart move with them. I think it's just about taste. Again, like what I was trying to say, like you can look back at Martin Scorsese, right? Look back at probably Mean Streets, but you can even look at just all of his, like Mean Streets was his first like feature pretty much with Robert De Niro and everything. So you can look back at that, and then from there, his whole entire filmography, he always uses mainstream music of that time era. Like you can look at Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, he'll probably throw in like more classic stuff, more classic rock, but even the trailers, like you can go watch like the Wolf of Wall Street trailer. Like it has, I think it's Kanye West's song. I forget what it's called though.
I haven't watched the trailer for Wolf of Wall Street.
I remember. No, not Power, but
that is for Limitless though.
Yes,
Power is used in the Limitless trailer.
So it's just like, you know, I think it's definitely a good marketing tool to sell tickets. A studio is going to go behind it any way they can.
I would agree.
You know, and I think it's up to the artists behind the film that will have either a big say in it or the ones that kind of put it down or not. That's my opinion. I think it'll always be a good move.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, like if you look at Kendrick Lamar for Black Panther, like his songs for that movie kind of fit the tone of the film. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as a director, producer, or someone who's behind the film score, if I'm bringing in a mainstream artist, I'm telling them, listen, this is the sound we're looking for. We thought you'd be a good fit. Make us proud. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to bring in somebody who's just going to be like, oh, I'm going to do my own thing, because then it just doesn't even fit the tone of the film.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, why the hell? This isn't even necessary.
Yeah, well then again too, Black Panther, I mean, you can just see how it was a very cultural phenomenon movie that bursted out. You're gonna attach, you know, the hottest artists with it, you know.
Yeah,
I'm sure Ryan Coogler, writer and director of Black Panther, probably had some type of connection with them.
Right.
So he's gonna be like, yeah, bro, like let's get you in and sell some more tickets.
But I'd say it's also a testament to these artists too that, you know, they're gonna be attached to a blockbuster film, that they should know how to set the tone. Right. If they're going to write music based on the film. You know what I mean? And Kendrick Lamar did a very good job for Black Panther. I liked a lot of those tracks.
The thing I really want to touch on is Tenet.
Oh, yeah.
With Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Because this was the first time Nolan really had an artist come and make music for his movie.
Yeah. It's usually just Hans Zimmer.
It's Hans Zimmer's
every fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really interesting how they did that. I think it was in like that little section I'm not going to say anything, but little section in the middle of the movie.
Yes.
He's on the fire truck.
Yes.
I think there's like his beat in it, and then obviously runs through the credits.
Right. And I mean, fuck. I thought it was good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it still fits the style. So as long as the heads, the artist heads are together and collaborating, you know, it'll always work.
I agree.
I
agree.
Absolutely. I feel like also it ties, I guess it can also roll into our next topic as well.
Sure.
You know, if you want to stay along the lines of movies and TV and all that, you know, the way that people watch TV matters a lot too nowadays too. YouTube TV, Netflix, Hulu. These are things that people binge every single day. Likewise with music. They listen to the same music every single day. I mean, I literally heard the one song from Tenet. I haven't seen Tenet yet, but I heard the one song from Tenet from Travis Scott. It's called The Plan, and I heard it on the radio today. Now, why wouldn't that trigger somebody that's in their car, like, you know, on their way to work, to school, to wherever they need to go, and they say, hold on, I heard this is Travis Scott's song from that movie.
Right.
Or maybe, oh, this is the song that's
in Tenet, and then maybe I should go see it.
In the movie, yeah, maybe I should go see it. Maybe I should go listen to it.
Right.
That's like, goes back to the whole thing of like collaborations and stuff like that. That to me is the way to market nowadays, hands down.
Yeah,
Collaborating with people. Giving two separate views on one piece of art and putting it together to make one. And then now people are looking at him like, oh my gosh, these are two. I mean, Travis Scott is a powerhouse in his realm. And obviously Christopher Nolan has wrote his ticket to movie Hall of Fame, if there even is one, you know, like, I mean.